Hey, what's up guys, it's NIKIBRAH. Today we will find out what are the red flags for online coaches in 2021. And I say 2021 because every year you see new trends, how online coaches market themselves. So we need to do like 2021, next year you will see 2022. But yeah, I've been in online coaching for over 14 years now. This is my 14th season now. Yes, 14th. And I know lots of online coaches, and I know good ones and bad ones. And I'm pretty sure there are many viewers or subscribers out there, they really want to join my coaching, but they really cannot afford. I still recommend going for an online coach, and because you just need a mentor, you need someone to guide you, especially if you have a certain idea of your future, if you have a certain idea of your goal. A mentor is really, really valuable. And in this video, I will give you these 4 red flags that when you see this red flag, you can be very, very sure that this is just a scam artist or a cookie cutter, that when you see this, you just avoid this at all costs. And yeah, so we will start out with red flag number 1 in 2021 for fitness online coaches is when they use paradox promises which do not make sense to get attention. This is basically a marketing trick, obviously, but you will understand what I mean. So you go to online fitness coaches, Instagram or whatever bio, and it will say something like lose weight without changing your diet, or you can build muscle without going to the gym, or I offer personalized one-to-one coaching with my 5-step plan. You know, so it's like, wait a minute. Is your coaching individual and one-to-one, or do you have like a 5-step plan, like you know, which can be applied to everyone, you know? So is it just like a copy-paste plan now, or is it individual? No one knows. So when you see these paradox promises beforehand, you can be pretty sure that it is not a serious offer, like build muscle without going to the gym, or lose weight while eating donuts and spaghetti and so on. So when you see this, do not take this serious because there's a high chance that you will get scammed. Well, nowadays coaching business is booming, you know, you see online coaches everywhere, so you just have to be aware of these red flags because there are lots of scam artists out there. We have to say this, that not every online coach is a great mentor. In reality, like few people really know what they're doing. That's why you need to know these red flags. So red flag number 1 was these paradox promises when they say lose weight without skipping your donut, or gain muscle without the gym, or improve your performance and you know, keep on drinking alcohol and smoking tobacco, whatever. So paradox promises, they get attention from you. You say like, what? I don't need to go to the gym to make some muscle? What? I can keep on eating my donuts? You know, I can keep my muffins and I still can lose weight. So please don't take this seriously, because when you pay money for a coaching, you obviously want to get the perfect results. When people come to me and they ask, will I be still able to eat donuts? I obviously say, no, you can't, because I always aim for maximum progress. My name stands for maximum efficiency. So when someone comes and says, yes, but I want to eat my donuts, and I say, well, then it's not your place, you know, because if you pay money, if you want to have me behind your back, I always stand for 100% progress, and obviously donuts are just not allowed. But other coaches, they will say, okay, donuts are allowed, and spaghetti is allowed, and chocolate is allowed, and you still can lose weight. Yes, you can still lose weight, but it's not efficient and it's not healthy. So when you pay money for a mentor, you want to have a serious mentor, not a scam artist who will give you false promises. So red flag number one, false promises slash paradox promises. Well, it's just a joke basically. Red flag number two, where do we continue? When they have no serious track record. Now I will show you crazy trickery of what online coaches do nowadays. When you see fitness online coaches, they often post transformation pictures because this is what, well, really gets attention and what really makes people curious when they see before and after pictures. So obviously there are lots of fakes out there. How often I saw like random people DM me and say, hey, wait a second, isn't that your client? And I'm checking it out. I'm doing like reverse Google image search and I'm seeing how other fitness coaching are using my clients' transformation pictures for them. So you can see these scams going on everywhere, but how can you protect yourself from this? When you see online coaches, when they post before and after pictures, when they blur out faces, when they post transformation pictures without any relation to a customer, without any names, without any tags, this is very suspicious because let's be honest, you can fake this just like that. You can just look for a random transformation picture, just put in before and after, put your URL link, oh, that's the transformation I did. So for me, when I post transformation pictures, I always tag my clients and everything is super transparent. So anyone, anytime can message any of my clients and ask, hey, are you satisfied with NIKIBRAH's work? And well, feel free to ask. I always post with names, with tags, so everyone can see that everything is highly transparent. And this is only the tip of the iceberg of the transformations, because obviously not everyone wants to share their transformation, especially girls, because, well, they don't want to post their body online, which is totally understandable. And not every man wants to post his body on the internet, which is also obviously understandable. There's no problem with that. Not every of my client has to post transformation pictures. So the transformations that I post online, this is just tip of the iceberg. There are thousands of transformations which will never go online. But when you see someone who's always posting incognito people without faces, without any links to real people, this is really suspicious. So this you should avoid, because this just can be faked easily. When you see like sometimes you often see when people post screenshots from WhatsApp or Telegram or wherever they communicate, and they say, oh, thank you, coach, I lost 20 kilograms in 3 weeks and I gained X amount of muscle in Y amount of months or whatever. When there's no link to a real person, you can disregard this, because this can be just faked easily. Just let me just ask my best friend, hey, copy paste this text, I will take a screenshot, blur out the names, and that's it. So don't take this seriously as well. You can disregard this when there's like systematic transformation picture posting without any relation to any customers, most likely a scam. And this is a red flag for sure, because this can be faked easily. And don't fall into any of these traps. So what do we have next? Red flag number 3 is when the coach, the fitness online coach, uses steroids, apparently, like obviously. Then this is a total red flag, because people are often flashed by a muscle, you know, oh, this guy looks great, so he has great knowledge. But in reality, this has nothing to do with health and performance and long-term beneficial progress, because his looks is most likely based on steroids. Because let's be honest, you can just take so many steroids and you can be juiced up up to the gills basically, and you can look great, but it has nothing to do with health. And people will assume only because someone looks in such a way that he is knowledgeable. But let me unveil like a small secret, that you cannot inject knowledge. Yes, people can look great and they can take tons of steroids and they can eat donuts, chocolates, they don't even have to follow a certain diet, they don't even have to train properly, and they will look more or less fit and good. So this is not a great reference when someone is like obviously on juice. This has nothing to do with health. Then you basically well, give the responsibility to someone who is most likely a drug addict, you know, because let's be honest, most people on juice and on steroids are just drug addicts. It has nothing to do with performance. It has nothing to do with health. It has something to do with a big ego that they feed, and maybe also with some mental problems that they have to compensate certain things. But it has nothing to do with performance and health, especially long-term health. Yes, steroids and juice, they have a place because we have to be transparent here. Professional athletes, when you want to reach peak performance, like super peak above physiological levels, let's say you're a professional athlete, they all take it. So it has a place to be, but someone who's an online coach who preaches health, who preaches performance, and who's obviously on steroids, this is also a paradox. It just doesn't make any sense. So you give responsibility to most likely a drug addict with mental illness. So this was red flag number 3. And red flag number 4 is that when someone only posts fat loss transformations. Well, listen. Fat loss, in theory, is the easiest concept to make great transformation pics, because someone can lose weight very fast. It's possible to lose, let's say, 10, 15 kilograms per month, even 20. It's not healthy to lose 20 or 15 kilograms in a month, but it's possible. So it's possible to make quick progress in a month or 2 months or in a short time, and you can show it off basically. But you don't need to kind of watch out for an efficient diet to do this. You can go on a crash diet, which is super unhealthy, and you can lose 20 kilograms. So it's also not a great reference when someone says, hey, I had 100 clients with a super fast weight loss. Well, it's not healthy. Yes, it looks flashy, but first of all, it's not healthy in most cases. Second, you can just put someone on a crash diet without big knowledge and you accomplish this. You can accomplish minus 15 kilograms in a month. You can accomplish minus 20. But it's not healthy. It has nothing to do with health and performance. This is a topic for another video. What's a good balance? What's a good range for fat loss? But what I want to say is that there are some coaches, they focus on fat loss, let's say, but it doesn't take much skill. This is what I want to say, to put someone on a crash diet so he loses like 15 kilograms in a month and then show it off before and after pictures and say, hey, look at this great progress. But what's behind the curtains, that you see that he received metabolic damage, that he received hormonal damage, that he received great levels of inflammation. This is not visible on the before and after picture. So fat loss is, in general, to achieve these numbers, to say, oh, minus 15, oh, minus 10. It looks flashy, but it has nothing to do with health and performance. When someone focuses on this, this is a red flag for sure. What you should watch out for is when someone, well, also has muscle gaining in his program, because this is way, way harder to gain muscle than to lose fat, because, well, like I said, it's possible to lose 20 kilograms in a month, but it's impossible to gain 10 kilograms of pure muscle in a month. It's not possible. So muscle progress is often long-term, and you need to know how to do it properly. Well, the king of the hill transformations is when hormonal recomposition is included. When you see that someone really had some major health problems, hormonal problems, let's say wide hips, or lots of fat on the hips, acne, bad mood swings, depression, so anything that has to do with hormonal imbalance. When he achieves a great body and gets rid of these problems, this is the king of the hill transformations, because for this you really need to have very high level of knowledge to do this systematically with many people. So red flag number 4 is when someone focuses on fat loss transformations, because you can put anyone on a crash diet, do the before and after picture, release your client, and then your client is like, hey, I just regained 25 because my hormones are damaged now, my metabolism is damaged because of the crash diet. So these were the 4 red flags for online coaches in 2021. I see it every day nowadays. Well, this is for people who cannot afford my coaching, because I can understand that my coaching is expensive for some people, but it's still, I promise that it's worth it a lot, even for people who can barely afford it, because you will get out much more than the fee out of this. And I promise this. And all the people that experience my coaching, they always say it, that it's always worth the money, and that my coaching is, in my opinion, still very cheap for the service I provide. This is my promise, and you can ask any of my clients, but I obviously understand that often people DM me and say, hey, I would like to join your coaching, but I'm just 18 years old, I have no income. I can understand this. Then still, you should look out for an online coach, because a mentor is of great value. And these are the 4 red flags that you have to keep in mind, because if you see any of these red flags, it's just like instant no. So number 1, when someone gives paradox promises, lose fat without skipping your favorite donut, build muscle without spending so much time in the gym, for example. So red flag number 1, false promises right from the get-go. Number 2, when there's like no real track record, because let's say reviews can be faked, screenshots from chat can be faked, even transformation pictures can be faked. So when you see that someone always blurs out the face, always puts some incognito pictures, and no one knows who are these guys, this is a red flag. You need to see that there are real people behind these transformations. Total red flag. Red flag number 3, when someone is obviously using steroids. This has nothing to do with health and performance. You should not give the responsibility for your transformation and for your progress to someone who is on drugs, because, like I said, nowadays, this is also a topic for another video, but nowadays, most users, they just, in my opinion, just drug addicts. It has nothing to do with enhancement. This has something to do most likely with compensation of something. Compensation for some, let's say, mental complex or whatever. So most likely nowadays it's a compensation, not enhancement. It should be an enhancement, for example, for professional athletes. This is how it should be used. And number 4 is, well, like I said, when someone only uses fat loss transformations. Yes, I help you to lose fat, but let's say he posts no transformations when someone gained muscle. He posts no transformations when someone has apparent health problems where he helped, because this is a sign of real knowledge. You don't need to be super knowledgeable to put someone on a crash diet. It looks fancy, it looks like, wow, great progress, but what happens behind the curtains is never revealed, so you never see blood work of this guy. Has he received metabolic damage or not? So be very careful. These were the 4 red flags in 2021 for fitness online coaching. And if you need the best of the best, obviously you can message me anytime. I have been doing online coaching. This is my 14th season now. I helped over 10,000 clients, from the average Joe to the professional athlete, whether it was someone who played professional soccer in first leagues, whether it was a professional fighter from MMA professional divisions, basketball players, Olympians, but also average Joes who came with me because they had acne problems, because they had lots of fat on the hips because of high female hormones, or just average Joes and Josephines who just wanted to get shredded for summer. I work with so many different people in different situations, so I really know what to do, because, like I said, if you are really knowledgeable, you don't care when someone wants to lose fat, or someone wants to gain muscle, or wants to get rid of this hormonal problem. When you just know your things, you don't need to focus on, oh, I help you with fat loss minus 15 kilograms and you can still eat your donuts. This has nothing to do with real expertise. When you know your things, you know everything, because human body is a full concept, is a full network. You cannot say, yes, I'm a professional fat loss expert, but you have no idea how muscle gaining works, because it's all hormonal, it's all physiological. Either you have your expertise or you don't. So this is how it is. So if you are interested in working with real top tier professional, you can message me anytime on my social media at NIKIBRAH or my page NIKIBRAH.com. I will get back to you within 12 hours. I will check your situation, what's your goal, and I will give you small perspective on how we can work together. And then it's nothing but progress. So watch out for these red flags, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.